Good afternoon, it's Valvatron HQ again. Got my cameraman Isaac, I've got my pointy stick, and today I'm going to show you the Valvatron 250 watt valve amplifier. This is what it looks like when it's received by the customer. It gets a nice wooden box. It's all made in Yorkshire. The box is made in Cleckheaton. The chassis is made in Huddersfield. It's powder coated in Huddersfield. The badges are made locally. They're assembled in between Huddersfield and Leeds. The transformers are wound in Huddersfield. It's a local product to Yorkshire, basically, trying to keep it sort of British made and very high quality. So this is what it looks like. It's have we got anything to compare comparison size with? Oh well, you can see by the valves how big it is, can't you? But if you don't know what a valve looks like on a KT88 valve, that's a pair of headphones, old-fashioned ones, big coconut shells ones. So that's how big it is. You can see my hands as well. So that's basically as it comes, and the general outline of the amplifier is actually puts out over 250 watts clean without any distortion. It'll do well over 400 watts with nice valve distortion if you want it to. Now then, it's got 4 KT88 valves in, the original reggae sound system power valve, to give a nice authentic tone. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 KT88s and a couple of ECC 83s for the driver stage. We've got the output transformer and the mains transformer. Let's go back to this one. So on the front we've got this one just set up. There's one input mono jack there on the front, straightforward. Again, control, on off switch there. It really is that simple on the front. Today we're using it with the Valvatron phono stage, which there's a separate video for that if you're interested in that, and we're just hooked up to a deck. So what we've got is a deck going straight into the Valvatron phono stage, which boosts up the cartridge level up to line level and mixes the stereo signal to mono. And it comes out mono into the amplifier here. I'll show you the back of the amplifier and underneath in a moment, but first of all, it simply works like that. There's no equalization on this. That will be for your separate signal processing, your preamp and everything. So this is absolutely flat. No extra bass, extra tops, no tweaking around. This is exactly natural. This is the shortest circuit path, so we get the best and highest quality. Right, so it's simply put on your record, turn it up in this situation. As a man called Harold Dunkley would say, every man do his thing a little way different. Well, we do it a little way different in Valvatron HQ. We specialise in valve equipment and high quality sound system equipment overall. Got everything covered, from phono stages to preamps to valve amps to speakers. So as I say, that's basically the front. We've got a nice badge on there. Let's turn that off for the moment, and I'm going to show you on this one. This one's out of the box. I've kind of explained everything that goes on there. I'm going to show you the back. So as you can see here, we've got an IEC mains plug. Now it can be wired 240 volts or 120 volts. It's optional. We would make one specially for whoever's getting it, whether you're in Europe or the Americas or whatever. Got a mains fuse there, high tension fuse there. This is the, oh sorry, yeah, I made a mistake there. It's not hardwired. We've got a voltage selector on the back, so that's easy selection. We've got 110 volts, 220 volts and 230 volts, which is actually 240 volts roundabout, which is suitable for most of Europe, Britain, etc. And the 110 volts, between 110 and 120 for the Americas. One speak-on output there, and here is the impedance selector. Now with valve amplifiers, you may already know, but you have to match your loudspeaker impedance or the load of your loudspeaker with the amplifier itself, because there's separate windings in the transformer and it needs to be on the right one. So if your speakers are 4 ohms, it's set at 4 ohms, 8 ohms set at 8 ohms, or 16 ohms. I can just, all you need to do is get a penny and switch it over like that. That's 8, that's 16, that's back to 4. Now that's important if you want the full power of the amplifier. If it's mismatched, it'll still work. It's not recommended to use it like that because of stresses and strains on this, that and the other, but it could be underpowered. So if you want the full 250 plus, which actually this one's measuring about 270 watts clean. They're all slightly different, but they're all over 250 watts. So that's the back. That's pretty straightforward. Now I'm going to show you the underneath. So watch your fingers under here, anybody. Got to warn you, if the high voltage is used in valve amplifiers, you've got to be very careful and make sure all the capacitors are drained before any work goes on. And I'm not going to suggest anybody goes inside here unless you're a qualified electrical engineer who knows about these things. There is a metal plate which goes over here as well. It's fully earthed and it's in a insulated wooden box as well, so that helps. But it's very well designed, and as you can see, it's set out the old way. There's no circuit boards. It's all hardwired, more or less point to point. There are some tag strips on there just to keep it nice and neat. It's all laced the old-fashioned way, and like I said, no printed circuit boards. This keeps the quality high, it keeps it neat, it keeps it easier to repair. If you know about biasing these amplifiers, you've got a bias pot for these two and a bias pot for those two valves on the bottom. It's a push-pull design. So it's very simple and very reliable, all high quality components. As you can see, there's nothing cheap in there. It's me and my engineer Howard. Howard designs a lot of this and does most of the assembly of the circuit. He's been doing this for years and years and years and years, so that's why it's so neat. I'm still learning to get it that good, but while we're on a roll with his skills, he does a lot of the wiring up on the inside. I do a lot of the other stuff. So that's basically the inside. That's the choke, the smoothing capacitors, the diodes, the valve bases there, as you can see, and the driver stage of the amplifier with the two small valves. So that's it. Plenty of stickers to say high voltage, so keep your fingers out of that. There's some very nasty voltages. You don't want to be sticking your finger in there. So that's basically it. these can be used on their own for studio monitors, sound system, heavy duty hi-fi if you really want a Valve hi-fi that big. It's not strictly high fidelity, the sound. It's built for power and thrust and drive for like reggae sound system. The transformers are designed in a special way to get very low frequencies out at full power. Even at 30 hertz you're getting full power out of this amp. It does slope off at below 30 hertz, but you're still getting a good amount of power down at 20 hertz. So it's specially designed to handle bass frequencies, but it's also goes very high as well. It's very good in the top frequency, so it's a true full range amplifier. And if you use it for bass, middle, tops, it doesn't matter, or if you use it for full range, it can deal with it, and it's got the unique sound that a Valve amplifier can give, whereas a transistor amplifier just doesn't compare. You can tell straight away when you put this thing on your system the difference in sound. I'm not going to go on about the difference in sound between Valve and transistor. You can read all about that on the internet, and it's very subjective and personal opinion based. So that's basically it. I should really give you my email, because all inquiries are better on email. I do have a Facebook account, but it's difficult to communicate and keep abreast of who I'm dealing with all the time on the Facebook. Email is better for direct contact. So my email, I'll write it down for you. It's on my other videos as well, but it's Axis Sound UK1 at hotmail.com. So if you want to know more about this amplifier or any of the other products that I make, you can get in touch with me on that email. That's the best place to find me. We've sold quite a few of these already. They've gone all over the world, operating on different voltages for different purposes, and we've not had any complaints yet. So we're fairly happy that it's reliable. If you do have any problem with it, there's a lifetime guarantee with it. We'll do a free fix. The first 12 months we'll pay postage both ways to fix it. After 12 months we'll still fix it for free, but you just pay for postage. If for any other reason you need it fixed and you don't want to be sending it around the world, this, that, the other, a local Valve amp repairman who more than likely repairs guitar amplifiers, guitar and bass, will know exactly how to deal with this machine, because most guitar amps are still Valve and they all still want repairing. So a local guitar Valve repairman will probably fix it as well. Like any problems, we're here to have happy customers. We're not trying to sell anybody short. We just want happy customers. People go out and enjoy themselves with music, and whether it's sound system or home listening or whatever you want to, your studio monitors, whatever you want to use it for, that's all good. We're working on a stereo amplifier at the moment, which is 100 watts dash 100 watts a channel, all on the same size chassis. So you can, that's being prototyped at the moment, but in the meantime this will do for all your frequencies, bass, middle, top or full range. With a bit of extra signal processing you could get the sound tailored more to what you want, but as it is, like I said, totally flat, it sounds sublime. So I think that's about it. Prices, we're just going through Brexit at the moment and a new year and all the rest of it, so you'll have to get in touch with me for prices and shipping prices worldwide. I've shipped abroad, I think 5 of these now, and they've all arrived safely. They are well packed. They can be quite pricey to ship, but if you're paying for something like this, you're probably prepared to pay a bit more for safe delivery. So anyway, that's about it. Thanks to Isaac, my cameraman today, who's up for his Christmas break, and all the best for the new year, and hope to hear from you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.